My name is Peter Kamau. I'm a young Kenyan unsaved. I'm also a young person who's a Christian. That is, I go to church, Sita Moodley to be precise, and I'm a designer, web designer, and a programmer, and I belong to a family. And today I have a story that should encourage and will encourage someone, and I hope you guys are going to listen to it, and we will give God all the glory at the end of it. So it was last year, August, I started feeling unwell, and that has been the case since the time that I joined high school. My stomach had an issue. Nilikuwa na severe stomach aches. So nikaenda hospitali here and there, nikapatiwa madawa. Then I did not feel well. But I remember on that August, nilienda hospitali, I think four of the local hospitals around. I live somewhere near Karen, that is Lower Karen. So for the people that know that, so I went to hospitals around that area, that is Adams and Kibra, and I was given medicines because my stomach was really aching, and I was really in pain. So after having severe stomach aches, I used to live with some friends, and one of my friends is called Pascal. So Pascal took me to the local hospital nearby, and they gave me medicines on that day, and then I went back home. Then I did not feel well. I went back to the hospital at night, but still I did not feel well. We had to even call a doctor from that local clinic that same morning because I was really in pain. Nakumbuka daktari alikuja, and then akanidunga shindano mbili za painkillers, some painkillers the doctors have. So after some time nilikuwa nasikia nafuu. I had a relief, but after nimeendelea kukaa during the day, ikifikia jioni 7 p.m. The stomach ache came back, so I again went back to the same hospital, and then they requested that I try another different hospital. So that day I went to St. Mary's, and I was taken there by one of our brothers. So we went to St. Mary's, and then after reaching St. Mary's, we were given medicine for H. pylori, I remember. And I won't mention the name of the hospital that we went while I was at home, the local hospital, because when I reached St. Mary's, the doctors told me that actually the medication that had been given there, one of them is a medication for people who wamekunywa poison. So hata alikuwa surprised, akaniuliza, "Ai, bro, mbona uko na medicine ya watu wamekunywa poison?" Kaniambia kwanza hiyo we will toa that medicine. So I went for some tests, and then at the end I was given medicine, an H. pylori kit, because the doctors said it was something to do with ulcers. So I went back home, slept, but at 5 in the morning, I don't know what's usually wrong with an illness or something causing a pain or a disease. When it reaches morning, ikifika asubuhi pale unasikia, hey, I'm in so much pain. Sijui ndo magonjwa zinakuwa zimeitana meeting. So again, these people that I was living with, they had to take me back to the hospital, to the local clinic. So the local clinic gave me painkillers, and after that, felt well during the day. During the night, still the same problem. Went back to St. Mary's. So the St. Mary's people actually told me that now this is a serious issue, and I had to be admitted. But since there was a problem with finances, I will say, or my NHIF was not working properly, so we requested them to give me a referral. So the referral that I was given was for Kenyatta National Hospital. So I remember the family that I had actually is one of my brothers called Pastor Humphrey Adoyo, together with Paswell, together with my friend called Olude, now had to take me to Kenyatta National Hospital. So in the morning, I remember of 19th August 2020, I was taken to Kenyatta National Hospital, and the illness that I had, or the problem that I had, was the stomach problem, the stomach ache. The stomach I was really in pain. So I could not even move properly without the support of these people. Most of the time when I was going to the hospital, actually I was leaning. I was like nilikuwa na bend hivi kidogo kwa sababu ya the pain. When you are in pain, when you have stomach aches, most of us tend to lie on the stomach so as to ease the pain. So on that day, went to Kenyatta. Then there is a process actually in Kenyatta. It took a little bit of time, but we thank God that the next day I was admitted. But before I was admitted, I went for a CT scan. I went for X-rays, things to do, the photographs that had to be taken concerning my stomach. And then the doctors now said that I had something called intestinal obstruction. So, meaning now I was going to the theater the next day. With immediate effect, I was going to the theater. So I remember that day. My mother came to the hospital, my aunt came, my uncle came, and some of the family members that I have actually came, and they helped me around the hospital because since I could not move, they had to wheel me. Wana have kunipush, kunieka kwa ile bed, then they skuma me. If I'm going to CT scan, they take me there. If I'm going to see another doctor to be checked again, they push me to where I'm supposed to be. So after that, I was admitted actually the next day. So that process of testing, that process of seeing what the problem is, took so long. But I understand since Kenyatta, there are so many patients there. So nikakuwa admitted the next day. I think that is now on the 20th. So I was admitted, and I was still in pain, but the doctors actually give you some medicines. And then now on the 21st now we went for surgery. Actually early in the morning, 21st, now it was surgery time. So actually, let me explain first of all why I was going for the surgery. Intestinal obstruction, meaning my large intestine had a problem. My large intestine is like zilikuwa zimeingiana hivi na ndani actually. So I had a blockage in the large intestine. So I was going to the surgery so that they can see how to fix this part that doesn't now pass food, doesn't pass food. So I went to the surgery, and I thank God the surgery was successful, and I came out there victorious, I will say. All thanks to God, all glory to God. But after coming out of the surgery, you are a normal person. You're not used to some things. So when I came out of the surgery, first of all, I had a cut in the middle of my stomach. I think that is where now everything was happening. And then on the left side, I had part of the large intestine now on my skin. And then on the left side, I had another pipe, and that was for blood. So actually coming out of the surgery, now I was carrying things using my hands. And then I had also another surgery down here. I had another pipe, actually, sorry. I had another pipe down here. So nikitoka surgery nilikuwa nabebana na virago zangu. Bag moja iko hii side, pipe inatoka hivi, lakini hapo chini iko na bag. So that bag, blood goes there. Pipe ingine inatoka hapa, that bag carries urine. And then this other side, now I had a colostomy bag. I will explain what a colostomy bag is as we move on. But I hope you guys are following the story keenly. So I went back to the ward, and that same day, my family still came to see me. And I remember, after surgery, you're not even supposed to eat. So I was very, very weak. Had no strength, and these things were new. These things were new to me. I had hizi vitu za inabeba na plus I had cuts. Na hizo mali nilikuwa nimekatwa actually zilikuwa zimeshonwa na things like staples. So on that day, now the family came to see me. I was still not eating. Now if you come out of the surgery, you do not eat. Kwa nil by mouth, it's called nil by mouth. So to actually see, I don't know what the doctors do or what goes on, but I was not eating. So my family came to see me that day, and also my doctors. One of my doctors came to see me, but before that they tested me for COVID. So after testing me for COVID, now in the evening at 5, another news came in, and the news actually was not good news, since now COVID ilikuwa na outbreak 2020. So when you hear even someone maybe having COVID, ilikuwa inatisha. So the news came that my COVID results were out. So the doctors told me that on top of this surgery that you've just had, you also have COVID. Sijawahi kuwa in shock like the way I was in shock that day, kwa sababu I'm here struggling to fix this stomach problem, but here is another problem for COVID. But I actually felt bad, I won't lie. I actually felt really bad, really terrible, because my family and my friends were told that sasa I will be taken to isolation, and they won't see me for, I think, 10 to 14 days. And that was really a shock to me. So I think I had to say another goodbye to the family that day, that I'll just be talking to you on the phone, and you won't be coming to see me. So after that, I was taken to the same day in the evening. I was taken to the isolation. Kenyatta had an isolation for people who had COVID. So now niko na COVID, niko na surgery, but I'm just there. I'm just there. But all in all, I was saying to myself that God knows everything, and for me, I was thinking of actually I was thinking of one thing that had brought me there, which was the stomach problem, rather than the COVID. So nikapelekwa isolation pia. I got people there. The good thing of getting people maybe where you are, you are encouraged. As in, hata kama mimi niko kwa situation, then I have some people who are in the same situation. So in the COVID ward, actually I can say that I got friends. And then in that same COVID ward, I recovered, I gained strength, I became strong, and by the way, I stayed in that COVID ward until the time that I was now released to go home and focus on the recovery. And what I can say is that at some point we do not understand the times. So in all this, by the way, what comes to mind is the Daniel story. The Daniel story actually is found in the good book, and the good book, that's the Bible. Daniel was actually thrown in the den of lions, and Hebrews actually talks about people who shut down the mouths of lions, and it is through faith that actually even Daniel himself did this. So at some point we never understand maybe ukiekwa hapo kwa den of lions, whatever can happen, but it actually strengthens your faith and inakufanya ukue even more bold, have more faith and all that. Because I remember even in the COVID ward, by the way, I got new friends. We shared the word, and daily, every morning, by the way, since now you don't have entertainment and all that, you have your phone. I was actually nilikuwa tu na new songs every day. So what kept me going there was also the prayers. Actually, I have a supportive family, a supportive, I will say, supportive friends of friends who encourage me, walinitumia message, waliniprayia, and they did lots of things to me. They even contributed for me, by the way, because it reached a point where I stayed in the wards for so long, in the COVID ward, and then when it was time to go home, the bill had accumulated, and the bill was too much. The bill was ilikuwa a huge bill. So I think this is the time to actually thank all those people that saw a poster, and also the people that saw that poster. My friends created a poster, and we had to fundraise. We had to changa money so that we can have the bills money, because the surgery and all that, it was really expensive. And this is my thanks to you, to all the people that contributed, to all the people that prayed, to everyone that did something to me. I remember actually my mom ananiambiaga hii story daily, because we had put her number on the poster, so people were even calling her, people were contacting her. There is a certain lady, and that lady, she is Muslim. Actually, she sent my mom credit, and then called my mom and told my mom that I do not know your son, but your credit yenye nimetuma hapo, use it to call people, use it to make this process be good. So after that, after nimekaka kwa COVID ward na nimeendelea kurecover. By the way, in the COVID ward niliendelea kurecover, but actually there were some complications before I was released, and that is the part that they had stitched me, hiyo part yenye nilishonwa. Then the person that came to remove those staples, there are things that look like staples. That part had not healed. That part had not haikuwa imepona vizuri. So venye alitoa hizo stitches, the wound opened again. So now when the doctor saw that, they actually now put me to some other meds that were not good, I would say. Those meds actually zilikuwa zinakufanya usikie kulala, usikie dizzy, usikie tu some weird way. There is no good thing about being in the hospital and then taking meds. So that part again nikaendelea to take meds, but slowly by slowly I will say the hand of the Lord was there, because that part ilikuwa imefunguka. That part was coming back. That part was healing daily and daily. And the way I'm telling you guys that every morning that I was waking up, it was either I have a song, I have a verse, then I just have something. And I believe that was God working, and that was God ministering to me, and even to even the people that I was talking to at that time, because people were calling me, and I will say nilikuwa nashika simu zingine, but some simu singeweza kushika kwa sababu maybe inapata kama ni hiyo time umelemewa or unahudumiwa and all that. But thanks to all who called, thanks to all who texted, so nika recover, nikakuwa fit to walk. Those pipes were removed, by the way. That pipe that was here for blood was removed. The part that was for your urine was removed. And then now I'd only remain with a colostomy. So right now, up until now, I have something called colostomy. Colostomy actually is you people can search about it, but it's a condition that most of the people that have maybe a stomach problem, colon cancer or something like that, I know that like for me, my large intestine was cut. So that part that was cut, one part was elongated or was brought to the skin, and then this other part was left inside the stomach. This is to allow that part that is left inside the stomach to heal, and then now if this part that was removed and taken to the lab is fine, you are either going for a reversal or you have a temporary colostomy. That is, you will have a reversal. But if you have a permanent colostomy, that means that you will stay like that. But I thank God I'm amongst the people that are so lucky. But very, very soon I believe that we're going to have a reversal. I'm still waiting on the date. But the colostomy actually, that condition is very, very, it's interesting, and we thank God. We just thank God, because it's interesting in a way that you imagine that when you've taken something, especially food, now since now you're not using the rectum and you're not using the anus, now when the food digests, it just comes out. So that's the need of the colostomy bag. And the colostomy bag actually, it's not, when you are in the hospital, you are given the colostomy bags. But when you come out you have to buy, and the colostomy bags goes for 300, 500, even some to up to 800. So we thank God, and up until now, there have been people supporting, there have been family, and we just thank God because we've never lacked. God has been providing. So up until now, we have a colostomy. So when I came out of the hospital for the first time and went home, after I came out of the also the isolation, I went back home, and then I was told you'll come back for checkup, and then we will see if we do the reversal. So I went back home for 3 weeks. But in these 3 weeks, something interesting was happening. So I used to allow my friends and family members to come and visit me on Fridays. But I can tell you for sure that those Fridays were the hardest times in my life, because I don't know where stomach aches or bloating was coming. And now, this is what happens. Now you have a bloating, na umeshonwa, na you have pale ulikuwa umeshonwa. So when the stomach bloats, now it's like it in a zile part, now you feel a pain like no other pain. So on Fridays, I remember the 3 Fridays that I allowed visitors to come visit me, I was in so much pain. So first Friday, I was in so much pain. So me and the family, we used to call our doctors. So the family calls the doctors. The doctor says, give him this, give him this, give him this. But those things, actually, when I take them, I used to feel more pain or vomit. And then now my family resorts back to now calling on the name of the Lord. My family prays. And I will tell you that after those prayers, nilikuwa tunasikia vizuri. Then I can rest. So first Friday, ikaenda hivyo. Second Friday, again the same thing. I was in pain, called the doctors. This was done, this was done, this was done. I was not feeling well. Then prayers, then I felt good. And then now the last Friday, actually on the last Friday, I even had to go to a local a local clinic, because now the pain was so much. So when I reached that local clinic, that the doctor there gave me some painkillers, but I did not recover. So nikarudi home, nikakaa Saturday, but I went back then on Sunday because of the pain. Ilifikia mahali mpaka now the colostomy bag stopped working. The colostomy thing stopped working, and I was feeling pain, severe pain now on that part that I was cut. Sasa si tumbo inaniuma, but tumbo inaniuma na ndani, but I'm feeling pain on the inside. Hiyo pati nilikatwa ndo nasikia ni kama something is just happening there. I don't know what's happening, but something is happening there. So the doctor there akaniambia, akasema, now you have to take this guy back to Kenyatta. So I remember that is the time that I had a relapse for 1 week. So I went back to Kenyatta, and nikifika hapo hiyo Sunday, kuna daktari fulani hapo before nihudumiwe, aliniuliza, do you go to church? Nikamwambia yes, I go to church. Akaniuliza which church? Nikamwambia Sita Moodley. Akaniambia I've never seen you, but Sitam is big. But we actually became friends because that nurse at some point niharakishia mambo, shughulikiad me, and then nikifika huko mbele, the doctors again said, kama colostomy imeacha kufanya kazi na this guy is in so much pain, it's like we need to go back to another surgery. And to tell you the truth, surgery is the last thing that people that you want to go to. Surgery is not a nice thing. It's not something that you are told and then you are, hey, surgery. Oh no. surgery actually is the last thing. So I remember I told God that, hey, kama unaweza fix hii, then just do it. But actually my colostomy was not passing gas. Actually, that part, that large intestine that is on the skin is supposed to pass gas and waste. Now it is not working. It is not passing gas or waste. But I can understand because I was not eating. But even if I'm not eating, it's supposed to do something, but it's not doing anything. This other part in a new at some point even sasa siwezi hata kaa, siwezi hata tembea and all that. So that same night I was again admitted. And I remember we changed the bag, my mom, my aunt, and then they said a prayer. And then I did not sleep. I was vomiting. Nilikuwa na vomit sana. And this vomiting comes about when colostomy, you know, si kama rectum. When someone is pressed, you can go to the toilet and then like sit there and everything comes out. Now, these things happens. If the food is not coming out na colostomy, maybe it will come out to the mouth. Kitu kama hiyo. Because I remember I was vomiting that day, and whatever I was vomiting, sorry to the people that maybe tutawachafulia nini, but you just have to hear. Nilikuwa na vomit, but niki vomit, you feel like this is normal, not normal vomit. This is something else. And but I got to understand that when I was admitted, actually, that yes, it was something else. It was not normal vomit. So I continued vomiting, nikakaa kwa ward, but something interesting happened. 5 in the morning. So exactly at 5 in the morning there, when I woke up, because at least ile painkillers, nilidunga painkillers zingine zilinisaidia. So nikiamka nikapata kama hiyo colostomy bag imejaa. So jua nashangaa, ai, why is it full? Why is my colostomy bag full? Kumbe by God's grace, the waste now had started coming out, which was a good thing for me. Now it means that now the colostomy is working. And now, but this pain that I'm feeling, pia imeenda chini kidogo. So when you are taken back to the hospital and you have maybe a relapse, wanahavu kukwambia ni nini shida iko wapi. So me, I was told that I had something called adhesions. Adhesions, you people can still search for that, but adhesions ni that part that was stitched ilikuwa imeheal nje but haikuwa imeheal ndani. Hiyo part yenye ilikuwa imekatwa ilikuwa imeheal nje but haikuwa imeheal ndani. So actually ina mean that pale ndani kulikuwa na strands, like things were forming pale ndani ya soma, but you can't see. So things are forming like strands, so hence causing another blockage. Na nilikuja hosi na hiyo na shida blockage. So ina mean nili develop tena another blockage. So adhesions actually venye niliambiwa treatment yake, you can go to surgery, yes, but another form of before you go into surgery, wanakuweka into something called inaitwaje, it's some form of fasting. So actually you're not allowed to eat anything, you are not allowed to take anything. So una deal to a drip. All they do is they inject you with painkillers, drips, and all that the doctors do. So nakumbuka I was telling my people, you know, when uko kwa situation kama hiyo, ndio unakuja ku understand that unajua nimeanza kufast. Na hii kufast si mimi ndio nataka, ni condition ndio inanifanya ni fast. So I didn't eat anything on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, and kitu ilinikujia into mind ni something called you do not live on bread alone, and that was true for me, because if you depend on bread, actually it's not bread that sustains you. Actually, the people that think maybe food or bread inakufanya keep on going, no, because drawing again my wisdom from the good book, inasema in Psalms that the Lord has been my salvation, my strength, and my song. So actually the Lord was my strength. I didn't need another strength, because by Wednesday, even the people that brought me to the hospital, my family and my friends, walikuwa nikiwapigia simu ama wakikuja kuniona wanasema, we see something different. We see a different person, kwa sababu yes, you are not eating, yes, you are not in, but you are talking vizuri. You are even going to help yourself. You are doing one or two things. You are not being helped in this hospital, and we thank God. So after the relapse, by there nilikaa tu hapo for only 1 week. By the next day, Monday, I was out of the hospital, and that for me, it's not by might and it's not by power. Everything that I'm saying today, it's not by my doing. So mine is just to thank everyone that came on board during that time. People from the church, my friends, my family, the people that I went to school with, the people that I've worked with, and even friends of friends, because inaitwa jeshi ilikuwa kubwa sana, and I really want to thank you for all that you did, for praying for me, for supporting me financially, and may God bless you, may God add to you, may God our help ukiwa in need pia nyinyi, and I know that you guys are blessed already. And to my encouragement to anyone in my situation, anyone maybe heading there, because we do not know, is that be encouraged that God is able to do wonders for you. Actually, I have a verse, an encouraging verse, an encouraging chapter actually. It's Psalm chapter 40. And I think verse 2 says, He removed me from the slimy pit, from the miry clay. And then verse 3 talks about a new song. So God himself will remove you from that slimy pit, that hapo mali umeingia na unadhani hapa siwezi toka. God himself will remove you from there, and he will give you a new song. So it won't be that continuous song that maybe you sing, nimeshindwa, nimelemewa, I cannot do it. God will change that song, and you will have a new song and a beautiful song. So be encouraged and know that God works all things for our good, for those who love him, for those who have been called by his name, and everyone. God do you good, and God be with you.